Well, is there a target you want me to go to and try? I'm game right now. Oh, put that on top of the 10-inch ridge accretion? Yeah. What is the number on the wizard? 1380? What was it? I did it the other night, but let me go to Sky Safari. That is a faint one. Oh, 7380. Search. MGC 7380. Yeah, it was really rough. Bright Nebula and Cephas. Bright, irregular, little concentrated cluster of 45 faint stars. Okay. Well, let's try it. NGC 7380. That'll be a meridian flip, but what the heck? NGC. Go to Sky Tools. NGC 7380. Enter. Okay. More object information. Open cluster. Action menu. View an atlas. And there's the wizard in my DSS image from last night. Okay, let's see if I can slew to and center.
Telescope slew into target.
Let's see what happens. Before I slew the dome, let me see where it ends up. Oh, full 180. Let's go.
Telescope slew complete.
At least I'm moving away from the moon. Okay, so now in the clearing, let me stop the exposure. Stop. Start it again. I'm starting it again. Generally, I mean, if I miss the target, I can go to a bright star, sync on it, and then move over. The mount generally with a 1 degree field, I can hit the target going from one side of the meridian to the other. We will find out in 60 seconds. But how big is this object? Okay. See, they listed as an open cluster in Sky Tools. They also listed as an open cluster in Sky Safari. So I'm moving away from okay, 20 seconds. 15 seconds. Yeah, with this filter, the other thing I could try is I could try going to digital binning, which would allow me to go to a shorter exposure. I'll try that next. But there's, I mean, the nebula is there. It is definitely there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there, but it is definitely faint. And I'm cutting off. Let me raise the black to 0. I mean, lower the black to 0. Let me raise the white to about 1. I'm on 150. Let's see what happens. I'll get this exposure up, and then I'm going to go try digital binning. What do you think? Last night when I went to digital binning, I went from a 90-second exposure with the filter to a 30-second exposure. I was doing the Pac-Man, and I could cut the exposure to 3rd, and it worked fine. Well, let's see, we got 15 seconds. The only thing I adjusted just now was the histogram, and I could lower it real quick. I could lower the gamma a little bit. Oh, that was probably lowered too much. Okay, 0.75 on the gamma. Let's see. I mean, it's there, but it is definitely faint. Let's try stopping this. I'm going to go to 30 seconds. I'm going to go to digital binning. I'm going to go to 2 digital binning. I'm going to go to dark field. Let me go to import a dark. I have a 45-second dark. Oh, let me go to 30-second dark. 30-second dark open. Import a 30-second dark and loop. So we're at 30 seconds. 30 seconds, digital binning 2. I mean, you can see the nebulosity in the bottom right corner mainly. I just clicked on fit to window. Let's see what happens. Okay, there it is. I mean, it's definitely there. I can show you what it looks like in a DSS image. Let me pull this over here. That's the SkyTools DSS image. I think it's rotated. This double star that's at 9 o'clock is the double star at the top. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to raise the black point, the gamma back to 1, and I'm going to change the exposure to dock. Stop, and let's go to 45. Okay, decided to loop a 45. Let's see what happens. I mean, it was there. How you doing, Grum? Glad you could join in. We're experimenting tonight. Dewey wanted to try to find the Wizard Nebula in where is this located? In Cephas, near the Cephas Cassiopeia border. I saw it last night. So now I got 5 seconds left on a 45-second exposure with digital binning engaged. Okay, let's see what happens. It's definitely there. I mean, you can see the nebula. Not bad at all. Okay. It's definitely there. My Diet Coke is almost gone, Dewey. It is gone. But that's not bad. I can try pushing this. This is not easy stuff. And like we're using an Optilong, as you see, using an Optilong H alpha filter, which very discrete wavelength of light around 656 nanometers, which is good when you have a bright moon in the sky. I just bumped the exposure to 1 minute. Just curious to see what happens. This may be it for tonight. I'm getting a little tired. I've been pushing all day long. I have to get up early tomorrow and extend the culvert in my driveway before it gets too oppressively hot. And while I still have my brother to help me. Okay, here comes 1 minute. There it is. Okay, so we got a much brighter nebula. Okay. Where's the histogram? I could raise the black a little. Raise the black to about 25. This is the SnagIt DS16m, the monochrome 16 megapixel. And I'm using the Optilong 2-inch H alpha 7 nanometer filter in the scope. I'm pushing the 10-inch Ritchie accretion to about f3 by a combination of 2 focal reducers. And Dewey was asking for the Wizard Nebula, and it looks like we got it. The next thing I'm going to try, while we have the Wizard Nebula on here, let's go to the dark fields applied. Let's do some live stacking. I'm going to do some average deep sky stacking of 5. Enable. And while that's started, I'm going to go over to Task Manager. No, I'm using hold on, let me find what I gotta find. I gotta find Task Manager. Where's MallinCam Sky? MallinCam Sky, set affinity, undo all processes, go to one processor, okay. Okay. Will the DS16C and 16M are T-mount cameras. They come with a T-mount to 2-inch adapter and a T-mount to 1 1/4 inch adapter. What I've done is the Universe focal reducer, which is a 2-inch 0.5x focal reducer, is T-mount threaded, so it screws directly onto the front of the camera. So I've placed the 10mm spacer and the Universe focal reducer directly onto the camera. Then into the telescope, I've taken the 0.75x Ritchie accretion focal reducer and put it into the focuser. So that changes the f8 scope to an f6. And then you put the Universe focal reducer into it. So now you're down to about f3 or thereabouts. So right now it's averaging images. So I'm pushing the 10-inch down to about F3. I was just saying my Diet Coke just dried up, so it's almost time for me to go into the house and take of an adult beverage. Dewey, I have the it's 1-minute exposure. I have the digital binning engaged, and now I've engaged the average stacking of up to 5. I've set the affinity to 1 processor, and it's now additively averaging images. So the wizard doesn't look half bad at all. I mean, you can. I'll pull over to the DSS image from. Yes, it does. Let me bring over the DSS image from SkyTools. And this is what we're looking at. This is the Wizard Nebula. It's basically like the 2 rows of dark material with the light material in between. And you can see both rows of the dark material running through here and through here. So, and here. So it's actually working. I didn't think I'd be able to get this, but it's working very well. Thanks for the suggestion, Dewey. Yeah, Brian Strait was the one who first suggested going to this target the other night. You notice the tracking is not perfect. Look at the stars now. You see that I didn't hit the align feature. So you see the stars are now starting to elongate. Well, I think I'm going to shut it down for the night to get a little sleep. But I'm glad y'all were able to stop by. I looked out, I saw the moon was clear. I called Rock, he said it was cloudy. I said, well, Rock, I can't pass up a clear night, so that's why I'm out here. I'm glad y'all were able to stop by. Good night, Will, Grum, Brian, Dewey, and guests. And hopefully the next time it's clear, I'll be on again. Y'all have a good evening. Good night, folks.